Hello and welcome back to Redirecting. I just wanted to come over here and see how the boys and their papa finished up the task. Hi there. Hi there, fella. Hi, fella. You've been so nice lately. You've been so nice. Hi there. But anyway, the boys and their dad finished up the shed there for these fellas so that they can have a comfortable dry place to lay their heads at night and during the rain. Hi there. Trying to kiss the camera. You animals are so funny. Hey there. Hey there, fella. Hey there. Look at you. You like that camera? See how close the camera is to you? You want me to rub your head? You want mommy to rub your head? Oh, fella. When these two fight, it's really interesting to see. He's been debutted, so he doesn't have his horns any longer. But it's like he doesn't mind. He doesn't care. He's like, hey, we gonna wrestle anyway. We're gonna put some work in. He's really growing up to be a strong fella himself. Now he is 100% Nubian. That one right there is a Nubian Alpine mix. So he looks different. But I noticed they both have that stripe going down their back. That's a cute stripe. Hi there, fella. Hi there. It's interesting when the chickens or roosters get in their yard. Animals, they're like, hey, we can all stay in here. It's no big deal to us. We can make this work. That's how animals are. Hey there. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. We walk around over this way. Trying to see how this video stabilization works. Then I also have it on a tripod, so two different things to see how it works. Good morning, sweetheart. Hey there, rooster. Oh, mommy's coming over this way. I'm coming over this way to talk to you all. Come here. Come here. Come here. What is that conversation about? Hi. Hi there. Hi there. You're getting close to the camera. Look at you. You can't eat my camera. You're not going to eat my camera. You goats try to eat anything, don't you? You try to eat. That's not food. I gave them some sweet potato leaves the other day, and they just loved them. There's nothing left. Nothing left. They tear those things up. Hi. So her mom finally stopped breastfeeding her. Look at her. She's big herself. Her mom like, okay, you too big now. Time to grow up. so she doesn't breastfeed her anymore. I love the sound of the animals in the morning. It is very, very relaxing. And because I consider them to be my children, I'm always happy when I get up in the morning and everybody's okay. We've lost some ducks before, like when we first moved here. 2 of the ducks that we brought here, we don't know if it was I think there was a dog that got them because there was a beagle. Before we put a fence around the front of the property, there was a beagle that used to show up, and he would just show up on the property, coming through the brush and the woods and all of that. We would hear him in the distance howling, and at first we didn't think anything of it until our ducks came up missing. At first we thought, because he didn't get both of them on the same day. It was 2 different days, maybe a couple or a few weeks apart. But we realized something one day. We saw him, this dog, which belonged to the farm that's like 3 or 4 houses down or something. Of course, on long country roads. And we would see him on the property. We were like, hi, little fella, friendly. He was a friendly dog. He was a little older, but very friendly. But one day we saw him running through our brush. He was chasing a rabbit. And I believe they're known to be hunting dogs. And so my husband said, I have a feeling he's the one who's taking out our ducks, because he's always just showing up on the property. And when we saw him pursuing that rabbit like that on our property, we said, okay, he must be the culprit that's taking a couple of our ducks. But we're really not sure. But we do, because we did lose animals after him, because he ended up getting hit by a car. In the spring, he ended up getting hit by a car. So things did slow down. But it could be just about anything, because there are coyotes around here. But we're not sure how they would even get on the property because it's fenced. But there are places through the woods where they can come in off the road. So, because that isn't fenced. So it's always interesting to try to figure out what to do to protect your animals. But in the mornings, I'm always so happy when I get up and everybody's okay. Something did get our Stanley, so we're not sure what, or he wasn't. Well, the thing with Stanley that we're not really sure of is the fact that he was a rooster that was very old, and we were keeping him in that trailer for the longest. He had his little private area, and the reason why we had him in there is because he was blind and he was, very vulnerable. And so we were like, well, let's keep Stanley in here. So we decided to let him out and put him in the yard with the goats. Now, we know the goats didn't do anything to him because that's not their MO. Stanley, we ended up finding him floating in the water here. So we're not sure what happened to him, because he didn't look like he was bitten or anything like that. And so the children were wondering if he had gotten out of the enclosure, and because he was blind, maybe he wandered off into the water. But the question is, how did he get out of the enclosure? So that is a mystery to us. But there are my aristocrats and the ducks. As you see, the white goose is gone. We don't know what got him either. So that's why again, I'm always thankful when we wake up and there are no casualties with the animals. From time to time, snakes get in. Snakes have gotten some of our quail, and we would literally see the bulge in their bodies. And then watchmen or Sophia would catch the snakes and then take them and throw them out on the road. But yeah, the white goose was actually my mom's, and so she was very bothered by that. She was upset because Stanley was also hers, and she said, "Why is something always getting my birds?" And so I said, "Well, Mom, it's not. They're not always getting your birds." I said, they've gotten some of our quail and some of the guineas. So there is a predator out here. We were wondering if it was a raccoon. We're just trying to figure this thing out, you know, because animals, that's what they do, and that comes with the territory. There's actually a guy in the area that we met that they actually come and hunt people's lands for any type of animal predators, specifically coyotes. They hunt the land, and these were young men too, in their late teens. One is in their early 20s, and they say farmers pay them pretty good to come and take down coyotes. I believe one of the young men said that they get so many hundreds of dollars per coyote, and one night they actually captured and killed more than 50 coyotes. I said, man, that's a nice haul. Listen at my aristocrats and my ducks. Listen at y'all. What y'all keeping up all that ruckus for? But anyway, I said, man, that was a nice haul of money for young men to hunt coyotes, and I'm pretty sure they had fun doing it. You know, some people like pulling the trigger and blowing things away, if you know what I mean. But the skill that they have, and they utilize it to their benefit. They let people know, hey, we hunt coyotes. If you need us to come and clean house, we can make it happen for so many dollars per coyote. So, hey, these are people making opportunities or creating opportunities for themselves to make money, and helping farmers in the process. But anyway, I wanted to test out the stabilization and just add a little commentary to the video. See how this works. One thing that we did say we were going to do, I noticed one farmer put up a video about building a duck house. And so we may do one of those little shed style houses that like the boys built for the goats, and make one in this area over here for the geese. What we decided to do, we have put these fence posts here. We're going to just see how it works, and we're going to fence off this area over here so that they can just kind of be near the trailer there, fenced off in there completely, and we'll just have a gate where we can access the area, and so they'll be able to just kind of dwell in that area. If anything is coming up into the property, up over the hill and through all of that brush and woods and things, they will be able to go into the water. This is what we're hoping. Go into the water and come up. You see the fence here starts at the edge of the water. Once this is fenced off, we're hoping that they can come up on that side from the water and just make their way into their little area over here. And we will have a duck shelter for them to go inside of. They don't necessarily need it. Most people don't have shelter for their ducks and geese. They just live outside even in the winter. But we were just thinking as some extra protection, maybe we can well, they don't need all of this space over here, but have them just a little shelter that they can all share. Nothing extensive or expensive, just a little place to just duck into. You get it, a little place to duck into. It would even be nice if we can get something over there that's really out of the way. I don't know though, because I would hate if something, it's kind of hard to know what's going on with animals because they find a way, predators find a way. That's just the way it is, you see. But anyway, we're going to do what we can to try to fix the problem and see how it all turns out. Of course, we've been laying traps too. As you see, we didn't catch anything with that one. I remember we used to catch raccoons in those little cages. And I think we need to set these up in just strategic areas to see what happens. Just to see what happens. Alrighty. This is it for now. Family. I love you all, and shalom.